Hey everyone, NicMakesPlays here. Today I have a deck I'm really excited to show you guys. It's the new Aphelios Nightfall deck. At first I wasn't sure what to think about Aphelios. I knew he's going to be really strong. But in Nightfall I was like, do I replace Nocturne? Do I replace Diana? I'm not really sure. But this is what I came up with, and I think it has potential to do a lot of crazy stuff. I think one of my favorite parts is that it has unique things about it that other Aphelios decks can't really do. And I guess I'll get into it and show you guys this new deck. It's pretty sweet, has a lot of potential. Alright. I guess first we should just go over Aphelios. I'll make it really quickly. If you guys don't know what Aphelios really does, you might have to go over from your own time because he's really complicated and has a lot of things to do. But basically, when you play Aphelios for Nightfall, you get a Moon Weapon to your hand. Alright, we'll go with Moon Weapons really fast. And then each round, the second time you play another card, you get the Phase Moon Weapon, which is basically he gets to use the Moon Weapon. If you use two cards and he's on the field, you get another Moon Weapon. So it's you get one, then it leads into another one if you play two cards. You also get to your hand. So, again, you have to go over to more in depth in your own time because he's really complicated. But I guess I'll briefly go over what he does. And then when you level it up, you get a Moon Weapon, the one you phased, the one you wanted to lead into, which makes sense in a second, on round start as well. And your Moon Weapons cost one less. That's the big thing, is that your 2-cost Moon Weapons now become 1 cost. You can play all kinds of Moon Weapons. Champ spell, add the Moon Weapon to your hand. Alright, so basically, in short, I'll make it quick. He's a 3-mana 3/3. When you Nightfall, you add one of these to your hand. Calibrum, deal 3 to a follower. Severum, give an ally +1/+2 in lifesteal this round. Gravitum, stun an enemy. If it's a follower, stun it again at the next round start. Infernum, give an ally +2/+1 and overwhelm this round. Crescendum, summon a 2-cost follower per deck. If it has Nightfall, activate it. That means activate the Nightfall effect. So the phasing basically means after you play this, you pick which one to get added to your hand next off of Aphelios' effect. So if you play 2 other cards, create the phase Moon Weapon hand. So if I go Calibrum, phase Severum, that means I activate Calibrum. When I play 2 more cards, then this just goes to my hand. So here's the reason he's so insane. There's a lot of reasons, but here's the reason he's so insane. He's one card that gives you another card that gives you another card. And that's just the beginning. So he already by himself can give you 2 free cards, which is insane. You still pay mana for them, but he does generate you the card advantage of having to draw the cards from the deck. They're not. It's if you're grinding with an opponent and they're using real cards they drew for turn, and you're using cards that are just generated. They short out cards before you a lot of the time. He's extremely powerful because he's all of amazing implications. We'll go over Crescendum a bit more in depth because it's going to summon a new card, and it's the only card it can summon. It's only 2-cost followers, so it's guaranteed to hit it. But real quick, I'll just go over what they can do. This is to remove enemies. You can use it on Ballistic Bot. I usually go Crescendum. I usually go Crescendum, summon a follower from the deck. Then I go Calibrum, deal 3 to a follower, just kill an enemy. And then I go Gravitum to stun an enemy. That's really strong. And then I start over at Crescendum. So Calibrum, just 3 damage to kill a follower. Severum, give an ally +1/+2 in lifesteal this round. With Diana, you can heal a lot. Just in general, it's good to have access to lifesteal. Let's say against aggro, you can give any lifesteal and you heal a bunch. Gravitum, stun an enemy. If it's a follower, stun it next round. This is really annoying. This is more annoying than it looks. It's actually extremely strong. The stun, even if it doesn't get the stun next round thing, just the later the game goes on, the more it becomes apparent what the actual threats and win cons are. And they have the option to just Gravitum, one of their big threats, and then in a way ruin their turn, and then it's your turn, then you can do whatever you want, is super strong. Against Fiora Shen, you can stun, say Fiora and Shen, they're tapped out, you can just stun Fiora, and then that's really strong, because then they're oh, what? I mean, I guess I get attack with Shen, but you don't care. So, really strong card. It also can help you go for game. You can stun blockers, and then make huge pushes. Infernum, give an ally +2/+1 overwhelm this round. This is particularly good with Diana, because Diana's level up form, you can either get regulate to 7 or 9 or 11 attack, and she has overwhelm, plus it gives it to itself and on health. So yeah, you have a way to win with Diana as an all-star win condition in the overwhelm. Crescendum, alright, this is the main. It was one of the main things of the deck. So let's actually get into the deck and what this means for the deck. Summon a 2-cost follower from your deck if it has Nightfall activated. Well, what 2-cost follower do we play? We actually only play 1. This is a champ, so I can't summon this. But 2-cost follower, the only one is the Sky Shadows, a new card. When I'm summoned, refill 2 spell mana if you behold a Nightfall card. Our whole deck's Nightfall cards, so you always will behold a Nightfall card. That means you have it in play or in hand. Even having Aphelios on the field means you already can behold Nightfall card because you have Aphelios on the field. It's right there, so it holds the Aphelios on the field. So, here's what you do. You play Aphelios, you get the Nightfall, you get Crescendum. You summon the 3/1 to the field. It refills your spell mana. You play one more card, whatever it may be, like Stygian Onlooker, Fading Memories, whatever. Then you get Calibrum. So, again, it does cost mana, but you're just generating a free 3/1 to the field, and you're killing a card, or whatever you want to do. And you're giving him half away for his level condition is if you cast 4 Moon Weapons. That's 2 out of 4 because you used the Crescendum and the Calibrum. It's one of the main combos of the deck, so I do hope I get to show it off in this video. But that's really strong card advantage you're generating, and summoning cards in the deck is just powerful, and you can make huge pushes because 3/1s are pretty good at chipping damage that'll help like Withering Wail or something like that. So yeah, all right. Well, now you guys get the main combo of Aphelios, summon this in the deck, and then kill a follower or do 3 show follower or whatever you want to do. Let's get to the deck traditionally in order. All right, Fading Memories. Pick a follower, create a copy of it. So this can be used to activate Nightfall for 0. That's pretty much its main role. It's nice to be able to reuse Stygian Onlookers to push huge damage, and because they're 1 mana 4 damage if they go through, which is a lot. You can use a Slayer Soldier to get more Nightfall activators. Like, it's a Nightfall activator that gives you a Nightfall activator if you use it on Slayer Soldier, which is good because it's a 3/3 Nightfall activator. It's really good on Doom Beast because it drains 2 from your Nexus, and you can that in the game. You can use these to close out the game by playing this and then Fading Memories and playing other ones for 4 damage to the enemy that you're draining. Because on Cygnus, you only have 1. If you want to have another chance at going for Elusive Lethal, Crescent Guardian push damage, stuff like that. But yeah, mostly a 0 mana Nightfall activator, which is very convenient with the Aphelios because the more mana you have, the more Moon Weapons you can use. Walnut Dustbringer. When I'm summoning, create a Dust Petal Dust in hand. Obviously, this card's amazing. If you guys are new to Nightfall, this is one of your best 1-drops. It's a Nightfall activator that gives you a Nightfall activator that essentially turns spell mana into unit mana because it used the 1 spell mana here, and that discounts the card, the unit. So you can use this to easily play Diana. You can use it to play Aphelios for 2. One big thing is you can use it to play Eclipse Dragon on turn 6, which is really strong because it's a 7 mana, I guess 6 mana with the Dust Petal. It's a 7/7 you can play on turn 6 with Fury, which is pretty beefy. A lot of decks can't deal with that kind of thing. And then its Nightfall effect is create a random Dragon Follower and Celestial Follower in hand. That gives you refuel, so you add more cards to your hand if you're running low on steam, as well as threats for the late game. So very strong. Slayer Soldier, just a Nightfall activator, 3/3, amazing stats, pushes huge damage, amazing defender, all around really strong card. Usually in Mulligan this deck, you always want to try and get like a Dustbringer or a Soldier in the opening hand. Lunar Dustbringer, Soldier, Diana, and Aphelios are what I'm mulligan for. 3 Stygian Onlooker, so people have thought this deck was aggro in the past. It's not aggro. Nightfall's always been a mid-range deck, even when it was Nocturne Diana. The only time it even looks aggro is if you have Stygian Onlooker. But when you draw Stygian Onlooker, it can pack in some huge damage. So this card, Nightfall, gave me +2/+0 unfierce in this round. So when you are able to Nightfall it, which is like all the time, then you can play multiples of it, and then it's 4/1. 4/1 fearsome. They both go through, it's 8 damage for 2 mana. If even one goes through, it's 4 damage for 1 mana. So you can have hands where, like, I guess a really aggressive opening hand would be you're going second. Turn 1, you play Dustbringer. Turn 2, you play Soldier into Onlooker. And then that's really strong because you have 2 damage here, 3 damage here, 4 damage here, all in turn 2. If you have multiple Z's, it's pretty insane. You can Fade Memories to push even more if you know these are going to go through, if they're tapped out or they don't have enough blockers. It's also a 1-mana card, so sometimes you can use it as a Nightfall activator if you don't have any other ones that are better to use, or you just like really need to use Nightfall activator. So yeah, very strong. This is kind of how you do a lot of the damage output in this deck. Diana, give me challenge this round. Just good removal spell. Or not a spell. She's basically a removal spell in a body. So 2-mana 2/2 quick attack and challengers. You can drag like a mountain goat they have, or any 3/2, whatever 2/1. You can just kill it for free, which is nice. It's leveled up. It levels up by doing Nightfall 4+ times, which is really easy in this deck. It's a Nightfall deck, and it'll level up like almost every game. Nightfall, when you activate another Nightfall, give me +2/+0 in Challenger, and this keeps going on. It's not once per turn, so you can easily get her again to 7, 9, 11 attack. You give her the Overwhelm Moon Weapon, and you can just take their like lowest defense unit, or one of their defense units, whatever you want to do, and you can kill things, or you can chip in a lot of Overwhelm damage for alternate win condition. And the Overwhelm spell gives +2/+1 itself, so a lot of damage. So they nerfed Pale Cascade, that was why I was not sure how good this deck would be, but this deck got a lot of new tools, so I think it's actually fine. But this used to be giving out +2/+1 this round, now it's giving out +1/+1 this round. I just want to note that her chance was a bit weaker. But the addition of Aphelios and Sky Shadows is a lot to this deck, so I think it's probably fine. But yeah, it's Pale Cascade's still good, we still run it. Alright, 3 Gifts from Beyond. Pick a Moon Weapon to create in hand, so this is a Nightfall activator, which is nice, and it helps level Aphelios faster by giving the Moon Weapons. I know it is a bit expensive looking to use, like, let's say we pay 2 for this, and then 2 for this, it's 4 to deal 3 to a unit. But it's the toolbox that makes it so good. And it's also a Nightfall activator, so it has multiple roles in this deck, and it works to level Aphelios. And if you level Aphelios, you're in a great spot. Like, Aphelios is super strong. When all these cost 1, and you're just getting extra 1 or 2 Moon Weapons per turn, and you're just kind of doing all this crazy stuff each turn. It's just so much value, like insane value. But another good thing about this in this deck that makes it fine is you spend 2 mana here. When you play Crescendum, you spend 2 mana here, so that's 4 mana, but you get 2 of it back. Because when you summon from the deck the Sky Shadows, refills 2 spell mana. So you're really only spending 2 net mana at that point to summon a 3/1 from your deck, which is good. But overall, really good Nightfall activator. This deck is needed more, I think, overall. In the past, like, I've tried Behold Infinite and Guiding Touch and such, and this is just way better than all those because it's like Twisted Fate's one of the best champions in the game because of his toolbox. The individual things he does are good, but they're not, like, insane. Red card's pretty good, but you know what I mean. The point is the options, the toolbox. That's what makes the extra mana also worth it, is that you get to pick in all sorts of scenarios what you're faced against. It's kind of hard to lose a lot of the time if no matter what scenario you're in, you can just pick exactly what you need. So yeah. 3 Pale Cascade, good night, +1/+1 this round. Nightfall draw 1. Still good in this deck, very important. To cycle, the extra health helps you dodge things like Mystic Shot on Diana and such. It's a good Nightfall card overall. It is weaker, but we also got buffs with Aphelios, so I think it's still good in this deck. Being a Nightfall deck and just in general, it's a good card. I think at least still pretty good. Alright, Stalking Shadows, pick a follower from the top 4 cards of your deck, draw it, place the rest in your deck, create an Ephemeral copy of it. Basically, you look at the top 4 cards of your deck, and then you pick 1 card, and it gives you a real copy, an Ephemeral copy, activates Nightfall, lets you reuse Nightfall unit, or like you get multiple Doom Beasts, you can really drain for 4 health, and that's huge. You can get 2 of these and push for 8 damage, which is huge. You can get more Nightfall activators. Crescent Guardian still does decent damage, and he's a good body to go for game if you don't get the other things. He's more expensive, but he's still good. And then Cygnus is only a 1-up, but with Stalking Shadows, it makes it you can see it more often, and you can get 2 of them, so go for lethal elusives twice if they stop your first attempt. And Eclipse Dragon, just if you get 2 Eclipse Dragons, pretty big late game. You want to use the Ephemeral of this one on offense because it's a 7/7 and costs 7. You want to push damage with it. And you really want to use a lot of these other ones on defense. You can use the offense too, but something that's really good about Stalking Shadows is you can get 2 Doom Beasts and then play the Ephemeral Copy on defense, and then they have to usually end their turn because if they attack, they're just going to lose their units to an Ephemeral unit that's going to die anyway, which is great. So you drain, and then they also end their turn. And if they do attack, you can trade their unit. Very strong. All right, Sky Shadows, when I'm summoned, refill 2 spell mana. So basically, you always want to summon this off Crescendum. It's only 2 up in the deck. There's no Mountain Goat here, no Lunar Shadestalker. You only run the Sky Shadows to guarantee it off Crescendum so that you can do the combos with the phasing and Aphelios and get the refill to 2 spell mana. But if you don't have that, it's still kind of good because it's a Nightfall activator that refills spell mana, which is fine because we have more spells in this deck, such as Gifts from Beyond. So overall, pretty good. Aphelios went over. He's insane. Yeah, we each went over him, so you guys get Aphelios. He's good. Crescent Guardian, Nightfall, granting +2/+0. Just a 3 mana 5/3 over 1. Puts on pressure. Trades well most of the time. It's pretty good. It definitely chips away the damage and that can lead to a win. Doom Beast, drain 2 from your Nexus. Really good. Duplicate off Stalking Shadows and Fading Memories. Good on defense, good on offense. Really good against aggro or in games where there's like even versus mid-range where you're near in health. Let's say I'm at like 9 health and they're at 11, and then I play this, then I'm at 11 and they're at 9. And maybe I had to be the defensive to save my health. Now they have to do it. Now let's say we're even, we're both at 10 health and I play this. Now they're at 8, I'm at 12. It's like it really shifts the momentum of the game and the tempo in your favor to where they have to be careful of the crazy stuff you can do. And you can also do big, a lot of times in late game, if you already have a full field, you don't want to develop, because if you develop a unit before you attack, they can develop a big blocker and screw you over or something. Play Crescent Strike or, some kind of stun or anything that's just like you don't have to develop. You can make a huge open attack, do a bunch of damage, leave them at like 1 or 2, or you go for lethal, and if they like mystic shot something and they're left at 1 or 2, you can Doom Beast after, and they just spend your mana stopping the attack, and you just finish with Doom Beast. Stalking Shadows, you have multiple, you can reach for 4, really strong. Cygnus, I like this card as an option for elusive lethal. It's really good as a one-of. You can win all kinds of games with it. Diana is really easy to get to, again, to the 7, 9, 11 attack range. You can just push for lethal in 1 turn with Cygnus. Even pushing a Crescent Guardian and such is like 10 damage. 5 plus this, 5 plus this, or like Eclipse Dragon now's in the deck that can push for 12, 5 plus this, 7 plus this. Again, one of, but Stalking Shadows lets you see it more often, but also you get 2 copies of it if you hit a Stalking Shadows, the Ephemera one. So you get to try elusive lethal twice if they stop you. I feel this is a really strong one of the deck, and it adds a lot for one of. And then we have 3 Eclipse Dragons. So I was testing out the Fangs. I'll go over that real quick after this. But I felt in this meta I needed a lot more Steam. A lot of times it's easier on Steam with all the healing, like Aphelios again heals. There's a Nivea in the meta, and in general, just the games like versus Targon usually go to the end because they have so much healing with Star Shaping and Sunforger and the Fangs and all kinds of stuff. So I felt the Eclipse Dragon was really strong in general this season, or this format, and he's just a good way to not feel like you're too one-dimensional, where if they stop your pressure in the early game, then you lose. Especially because, I guess another big reason is it doesn't have Nocturne in this deck anymore. Nocturne is one of the ways you would end the game, like pretty early with this deck. We're running Aphelios now, so it's not really as aggressive. Again, I think it was a mid-range before, but it's definitely more of a mid-range now. It's more mid-range control-y in a way. It can do a lot of different things, so it depends on your hand states if you're more aggro, mid-range, or control in that match particularly that you're in. But point is, you're not ending the game. Without Nocturne, you're not just like closing out the game and making some huge bomb that like you killed them with all the time. So your games will often go later and be more control-y with Aphelios, so you'll reach the late game more often, and you'll have to outgrind people instead of trying to kill them with Nocturne. So Eclipse Dragon's a lot stronger in this variant compared to like a Nocturne variant. That's the deck. I guess the only cards really considered were maybe I glimpsed, like I was considering last season to like dodge Solari Sunforger and draw 2, but the Moon Weapon can stun him, and like I don't think he needs this anymore. Lunar Shadestalker's good. It gets elusive off of the Crescendum. Mountain Goat's really good. 3/2 that gives you a gem. Some off Crescendum. Gem's a Nightfall activator. But I think that for the combo of the Crescendum getting the Sky Shadows into the phased Moon Weapon is so worth it that I only want to play this as my 2-drop right now. And then the only card I was really considering is the Fangs. I was testing this over Eclipse Dragon to see if I could, maybe the game didn't need something that expensive and I could just like do pressure and keep it more low to the ground and just kind of beat them earlier than I need Eclipse Dragon, but I don't know yet. Right now I'm trying Eclipse Dragon, but this card's good. This card's just insanely good in general. 4 mana 3/2 lifesteal, invoke a Celestial card that costs 3 or less. This card's amazing, absolutely amazing. You might at first think, oh, it doesn't look that great. It's a 4 mana 3/2, but it has lifesteal. But the more important part is it invokes a Celestial card that costs 3 or less. Invoking is extremely strong, and I think that makes it really good and definitely worth the cost. So, yeah, that's the deck. Let's get into it. Alright, so we're playing against Runeterra Katarina. Riven just got buffed recently, so this is interesting. I'm gonna full mulligan, try and get a 1-drop like Solari Soldier, or Dustbringer. I also like Diana, and I like Aphelios. So I guess the cards I usually mull for are, you definitely want one of these in the early game. You don't have to play it on turn 1. You want to use it as a Nightfall activator, so you don't just play it on turn 1, because you're out of activators. You want to save it for like a crucial turn, where you play other Nightfall cards. This we can definitely play on turn 1 though, because it gives you another Nightfall activator. It's just good. Hoping I draw Aphelios this game, so I can show you guys some cool Aphelios combos. There we go. Nice. Alright. Developing this is actually pretty safe, because it refills our spell mana for next turn. So, I think this is a good summon, just to put on the pressure. We don't lose any mana, but I want to make sure I have the right amount of mana for Aphelios next turn. So this is good. Alright, let's push. We'll trade here, we chip in 2 damage. Pretty good. It's definitely worth... That's interesting. I'm not sure what he's up to. I was going to say, I think it's definitely worth not just attacking at this, and then getting this trade, we can push the 2 damage too. So yeah, definitely good attack for us. Interesting. Alright, well, here we'll play Aphelios. We get Crescendum. Crescendum's kind of my go-to card, because we always have this, right? And then we can get Calibrum, which allows us to kill that. So when we summon this in the deck, it'll give us the spell mana. If we had 1 more mana, this is only turn 3. So imagine I could have waited a turn to show the full combo, where we would have instantly got the next phase of the Moon Weapon. But now when we play 2 cards, we'll get the phase, the Calibrum, that is. So here, we get the Nightfall activator, we have Diana, we're going to play Calibrum. Looking pretty strong so far. Alright, and then this goes to our hand, because we played 2 cards. This stat line is actually pretty inconvenient right now. I'm not sure how I want to attack here. Because I have the option to Pale Cascade. Like, I could do this. I think I'm just going to kill one. So, we're going to phase. I usually go Gravitum. This is the stun. I'm going to get the stun one. So that means next turn, if I play 2 cards, I get the stun one. You see how insane he is, right? I'm not crazy. He seems broken. Like, absolutely insane. I just keep getting free cards over and over and over. And if they don't kill him, he's going to level up. So, we'll push huge damage here. Keep Aphelios back. He's way too important to attack with. But if he blocks max damage, like here, he takes 8 damage. Goes to 7, loses the card with Diana. We have refuel for the late game. We have the Moon Weapons coming every turn. We can level up Aphelios. It's a win con on its own. It's just so insane. And I could have done all that in, like, if I waited 1 more turn, because I just want to pop off on turn 3. But let's say I waited 1 more turn, right? Let's say, that's fine. If he takes 9, goes to 6. So let's say, I doubt it's that much healing. Okay, it takes 8. Let's say I didn't play him on turn 3. Let's say I just played him on turn 4. I could have went Aphelios, or Dust Petal into Aphelios, into Crescendum, into Calibrum, all in 1 turn. Self-generated cards. He's using cards he drew. Like real cards he drew for turn. These cards are just coming to me. I'm just getting them. Oh, that's a huge tempo loss. It's not going to be good for him. Alright, so new Moon Weapon. So to get the phase Moon Weapon, you have to play a Moon Weapon. So here, again, I just always go Crescendum most of the time, because it just lets us use the next one. Let's go Crescendum, Calibrum again, show you how insane this combo is. And we're going to level up Aphelios this turn, which means on round start we get another weapon. So insane, dude. So insane. Okay. Just going to go for an attack here, that's fine. Push more damage, that's fine, doesn't matter to me. I mean, we can just heal it back later. I mean, we're getting all kinds of weapons each turn we have to pick. Like, it doesn't give you a random one. We get to decide what we get. So, it's actually popping off. We have to decide what we get, so, that was interesting combo build Temple to get more mana to make sure you get the Blade of Exile. But yeah, he's gonna go on. This game is pretty over if you ask me. For him. It's like next turn, whatever's happening, we're down on life, we get a lifesteal Moon Weapon. We want to kill him, we get the Overwhelm Moon Weapon. We can stun his cards, I mean, we can do anything. Like, he even knows that we have this, but I mean, I assume he knows we have this. So no reason to heal, we can just stun this. We can stun anything. We already faced, though, this turn, so we won't get the next Moon Weapon this turn. But we get it on round start anyway. And we get the weapon you face, so since I chose Gravitum from that one, that means next turn on round start we get Gravitum. He also gets Quick Attack. Which is pretty insane considering all the things he already does. I could play this just to get like a crazy open attack, honestly. So we already summoned all of these, so we don't use Crescendum. Maybe we'll just use Gravitum next turn. Like right away. And it costs 1 now because he's leveled up. Pretty crazy stuff. We can do Infernum here. So we can do the combo where we give Diana the Overwhelm. We can also level her up. So It's just all kinds of stuff. That's fine. That's a huge mana commitment. Okay, so I was gonna play a unit, then play Diana. That's a Nightfall unit, then Diana. That's Diana level up. Then I'm able to give her, so she'll be a 5/3. And then I give her the Overwhelm unit, the Overwhelm Moon Weapon, and then she'll be a 7/4. And then we push for 4 and quick attack, Challenger, Overwhelm, kill Riven, attack with everything, big damage. And that guy just seemed like, you know, and when you have Aphelios doing that crazy stuff, generating all kinds of free cards, it's hard to keep up because you're using these real cards, and I'm just like, you know, getting these moon weapons each turn, quick attack now, they cost 1 less, you know, it's so strong. Alright. Playing Teemo, Ione, Pilto, Renzon. I'm not really sure what this is. I'm playing on my Smurf. My main on NA is pretty high rank right now, so it's my Diamond EU Smurf that I haven't really played on this season much. I don't know what to expect here. It's a new season, so this could be anything. But Lar Dustbringer, Nightfall Activator, good 1-drop. These are all too expensive. I don't really like keeping Fading Memories. It's very cloggy in early game. It relies on things on the field, so I'd rather just have actual cards. So this is good. We have Diana with that. So we're gonna play Dustbringer this turn. If it was turn 1, I'd probably play Slayer Soldier if we were attacking first to push in the damage. Okay, so this is the opening I was talking about. That's really strong. as a aggressive looking opening, is you go this into this into this. You could also go this into pedal into 2 of these if you had 2 onlookers, but I think I draw this hand a lot more often. So kind of rough. We actually can't attack with this, but we can attack with both of these and he'll lose his bot if he trades. So this should be a good amount of damage. We can also use Fitting Memories on this later to push if we get a safe opening or he taps under certain things. So putting on 7 damage on turn 2 is very strong. Here, we're likely just going to bank our spell mana. We could even play this if we really want to keep up the pressure. I think that's a fine idea because it feels spell mana, and maybe I could keep it as a Nightfall Activator, but I feel like we have plenty of Nightfall Activators right now with this and this, so I'm just going to play him now. I'm kind of trying to get the widest board I can and the little actions I can so that I can push a lot more damage before he can maybe put enough blockers. Okay, it's fine. He can't attack here either because of this. I don't know if he would anyway because of Pale, but this can definitely wall that out. Alright. I think I'm just going to copy this here. We don't need to let them know we have Diana quite yet, so let's just play this. This is a known, because I just Fading Memories it to be our Nightfall Activator. I didn't want to use this because I definitely want to Fading Memories this turn. I don't see myself Fading Memories anything else. We can go for Elusive Lethal in this deck. So here we have 3 out of 4, pretty good. This can give us 2 damage reach. He's pretty much tapped out. He can get good trades on our units, like trading these like 2 attack units and blocking and killing them, but it means we get chip damage. We'll take this because obviously it's 2 attacks, so the quick attack will kill it, but it won't kill these. So if he were to trade like this and this, just to keep his units in the field, he'd take 9 and go to 4. So I think he's going to have to maybe keep this alive, like this, and then trade this into this, probably. He'll die anyway, so I don't know. Maybe it is worth him going to 4. It's up to him, I suppose. I don't really know his hand. Yeah. Alright, fine by me. Going to 4 on turn 4. Pretty good. We lose a lot of field control, but we're not even really that behind in field control. And we do have Doom Beast and Cygnus, so we have our turn 6 play. We can do this next turn and also Drain 2. If he uses this here, then we'll heal that back with the Doom Beast. That's nice. Alright, interesting. I guess he wants to save extra spell mana, thinking he might need it, so he doesn't fall behind the tempo of the spell mana. So we have lethal this turn, technically. Let's see if he taps under. I don't think he can stop me. So we go Doom Beast here, then we can just Fading Memories, copy it, and then do Doom Beast again. That's 4 damage strain, so we win. It's exact lethal. This 2 damage strain twice is 4. If he still lives that somehow, then We have Cygnus. We just need to draw like a Nightfall Activator. These 2 mana left. Alright. Alright, GG. I think this deck's really powerful and there's a lot of potential, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a good one. If you have any questions with the deck, I would love to answer them. I love Nightfall. From backstory, if you don't know me, I hit rank 1 with Nightfall 2 seasons in a row. I'm the highest ranked Nightfall player in the game. And when the first came out, people thought Nightfall wasn't good at all, but I proved them that Nightfall has a lot of potential, and I think that this time around has a lot of potential too, and I'm excited to see it out. Follow me on Twitch. I stream at twitch.tv/NicMakesPlays, 6:30 p.m. EST every day. But yeah, feel free to follow, subscribe, whatever, and ask me questions or comments. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm making a lot more videos this week on deck guides, so peace.